welcome to the 24-hour readathon vlog for my fall TBR. I don't even know if it can be called that because this vlog takes place over the course of a couple months. As you guys know, we like to keep it hectic around here, so it took me a while to get through these 24 hours, and it is now months later that I'm editing it. So it gets a little crazy, a lot of things happen, so strap in and enjoy. Hi, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, you guys saw me pick my fall TBR from my TBR jar, and today we are going to try to tackle that TBR in the form of a 24-hour readathon. And I don't know about you, but I love these videos so much. I love watching 24-hour readathons. Unfortunately, I cannot stay up for 24 hours straight. I love sleep too much, and I have a job, so I can't do that, but I am going to try to read as long as I can for today because tomorrow is Thursday, which means we go line dancing, so I'm going to have less time to read tomorrow, so I'm just going to try to knock out as much reading today as possible. I'm going to set a timer just for 24 hours, and then anytime that I'm not reading, I'll pause. Anytime that I'm doing something that I can't physically read, I'll pick up an audiobook. You know the drill. I'm just going to set the timer for 24 hours, and then over the next couple of days, we will dwindle down that time.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
So I am actually not starting with my TBR that I chose, which I know that's so annoying, but I do have a book club book that I need to read by Sunday, and it is Wednesday. So I need to try to knock that out today. I have it on my Kindle here, and also I just realized my Kindle has a bunch of scratches on the front, which is like causing the light to like come through the scratches, which is really annoying. I don't know when that happened because the last time I read on my Kindle that was not there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see like all those little scratches down there. I didn't know that could happen, or I would have ordered a like screen protector. I'm sure I'll get used to it and it won't be that annoying, but like right now that's probably all I'm going to be able to look at. We're starting with Crooked Plow. This is the book club book that I need to read by Sunday. I have my coffee, which you guys saw me make. I will definitely need another cup after this, and I have some like Keurig cup pumpkin spice latte sort of things, so I'll probably have that next. But I have my iced coffee now. I have my little fall candle lit. I have the mood set with the lighting. I'm wearing my comfy clothes, feeling very Rory Gilmore. So let's get started on the 24-hour readathon. I'm so excited. This is my first official 24-hour readathon. I have done this like in my personal life before and failed, but that was back when I did not really care about sleep that much because I worked at a bar, so I was up late all the time anyway. So we are going to start our little timer, and I'm going to put 24 hours on the clock. Oh, I guess you can't do 24, you have to do 23:59, which the girlies don't tell you. There it is. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh my god. So first of all, I think these are short stories. Actually, it's not just one book, but it's short stories. And oh my fucking god, the first, like, I don't think this is the stories have chapters in them, but the first chapter, I guess, of the story.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Nothing really gets to me, like body horror or blood or scary things usually like never really affect me. For some reason, this got to me, and I don't know if anybody would want to read this, so I don't want to say anything, but like, oh my god, like I can like feel it, like what happened to them. I can like feel it in my own mouth, like it, okay, and my stomach is like churning. That's all I can say without giving it away, but holy shit, I just like, what the hell was that? I'm scared. I'm terrified. Not scared, terrified. That's so exaggerated. Relax. I'm disturbed. I'm definitely disturbed. I guess let's keep going. What the hell? All right. Another thing that's super interesting about this book, she's talking about the injury that happened to one of them, but she doesn't say who it happened to. She doesn't say if it's her or her sister. She's just saying like one sister became this for the other sister and the sisters became one. But she doesn't say if she suffered the injury or if this other sister did. Because they both suffered an injury, but one was worse than the other. So we don't know who it happened to, and I wonder if we ever will. I am giving you guys a quick update. So I started reading a little bit before 11 a.m. and it is now 1:12 p.m. So I've paused the timer and I have 21 hours and 51 minutes left for the whole 24-hour reading challenge, which again, I'm going to be doing over a couple days.
Honey?
But I just wanted to update. I finished the first section of the book, and I originally thought that it was like a couple different stories, but I think it's just one book separated into 3 different sections. So I just finished the first section of the book. It's really good so far. I went into it not knowing literally anything. It's a book for my friend's book club. He works at a bookstore, and I know it's about like stories from around the world. That's literally all I know. So I knew that it was a story from a different country, nothing else. So it is originally a Brazilian book, I think, that's been translated into English. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself here, but I believe that's what it is. And so far the story is really, really good. It is about a few different families that live on this plantation, and we are following one of the sisters of this family and kind of following her story. I don't want to give too much away because so much of it is spoiling the book, but we're kind of following her and her family and her bond with her sister. And yeah, I finished the first part of it, so I'm going to take a little tiny break because my allergies were so bad when I was reading. Like, they were starting to get bad while I was filming, but once I stopped filming, they got really, really bad. Luckily, I'm feeling a little bit better now, but I need to charge my Kindle, so I'm going to take a little break from that book, and I think I'm going to pick up something from my fall TBR, so I'll let you guys know what I pick up, but right now I'm going to take a little break and eat some lunch and get some water because I'm dying. I will see you guys when I pick my next read. I finished lunch and I moved upstairs. I know the lighting is not great, like it's really backlit right now, but the lighting keeps changing from outside, so I'm using my little lamp to light this video. I wanted to remind you guys of what is on my fall TBR that we picked from the TBR jar. I don't know why when I film videos, I just talk so differently. Like, I don't talk like myself, and I don't feel weird, like, talking to the camera because I've been making videos for a very long time, but I just don't feel like I'm myself, and I feel like it's because I'm not actually having a conversation with another person. Like, for my personality to come out, I feel like I have to have another human to talk to, or, like, talk back to me, at least. But regardless, let me tell you guys what's on my fall TBR, just as a refresher. We have Toad, Notes on an Execution, The Girl with All the Gifts, Ali Smith's Autumn, which love, You Again, The Atlas Six, really good actually, and Babel. Those are the books that I pulled from my TBR jar. Either I pulled the title or a prompt in which I picked that book. If you haven't seen that video, it should be up now, so you can go watch it. But since I'm reading a kind of heavier book that's like covering deeper topics, and it's a little heavier to read in terms of like big brain energy, I guess, I wanted to pick something a little easier on the brain, easier topics, etc. So I pulled a small stack from the titles that we just reviewed, and this is what I went for. I chose Autumn, You Again, Toad, and Notes on an Execution. I thought these would just be a little easier, a little more simple, to contrast kind of the heavier energy of Crooked Plow. So looking at these, I think I'm really leaning towards You Again and Autumn because they just feel the most vibey and the most on theme for what we're doing here today. But I also do really want to read Toad. I believe that's like a campus novel. Jesus, I can't say that. But I believe Toad is a campus novel, like The Secret History, which is my favorite book of all time. And that definitely feels very autumnal. But I don't really know if that's the vibe it's giving. I could be totally mistaken because I said this in my summer TBR. Every time I read the synopsis, I don't understand what's happening. So I don't know. And then Notes on an Execution, I feel like will be heavier. So I feel like maybe I picked it because it's short, but it won't actually fulfill what I need these books to fulfill because I need them to be a little, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like, I need them to be a little more chill, I guess. That's not the word I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of anything else. So I put Notes on an Execution aside so that we can pick from these three. Like, I do really want to read Toad because I love a campus novel, but the top two are just so vibey. And I think Autumn is a little more intelligent. It's kind of giving like Mary Oliver vibes, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's a little bit more big brain energy. So I feel like You Again is the way to go. But then again, I'm not a big romance girly. Like, I have to be in the mood. And it's quite a chunky book for a romance, in my opinion. And Autumn is like the smallest of these. So I think I may read the first chapter of Autumn and You Again and see which one I like better. And then I'll decide which one I want to get into. I just read like the first page of Autumn. I was gonna read the first chapter, but I'm like, that's a lot. So I read the first page of Autumn, and immediately it seems pretty deep. So I'm not sure if this is the one to go into while reading another very heavy book, but the words are really, really big, and it's shorter, so I feel like I could breeze through this. But I'm gonna check out You Again and see if maybe that's the move. Okay, so I read the first 2 pages of this, and I don't really have time to sit and ponder what book I'm going to read next, so I think if I read the first 2 pages pretty quickly, pretty easily, and I was still intrigued to read more, I think this is the answer we're going to go with, because it's a romance, super easy to read, and the writing seems pretty good. Like, sometimes romance books, the writing is, like, kind of put on the back burner, and, you know, the romance and the way I forget words all the time is concerning. As someone who reads a lot and has a lot to say, I somehow don't. Anyway, I think sometimes the writing in romance books, it's kind of put to the side in order to focus more on the comedy or the romance or the spice or, you know, the relationship, things like that. So sometimes the writing can get pushed to the back of the line, and we don't get very good writing in romance sometimes, which is fine because that's not really why we're here. We're here for the romance and the easy peasy breezy kind of reading. That's why I'm gonna pick this up. It just seems like I can fly through it, so I'm gonna pick this one. I moved upstairs to have a little bit of change of scene. I think tomorrow I'll end up like going out maybe to the library or to a little cafe, but today I feel like I'm just gonna stay inside. But I'm going to lay in bed and read and try not to fall asleep. And I will update you guys when I get further into this book. Ignore the way my voice sounds because my allergies are kicking in again because my cat was cuddling me. But I've only seen one episode of The Bear, so I don't know that I can say anything, but literally, why is Josh giving the guy from The Bear, Carmi, is that his name? Why is he giving that guy? He like wants to change his dad's deli and he wants to make the food better and he's a chef. And it's literally The Bear. Like, hello? Okay, tiny update. I have been reading for a while now. I've been reading You Again. Let's see. I have 20 hours and 8 minutes left on my timer. So I've been reading for a little while. I don't remember what time it was last time we checked in, but it's 4:22 now. And I feel like the last time I fully checked in was like 1 p.m. Now I'm on page 83. And so far I'm really liking it. I really like how it's kind of like similar to The Bear. I actually looked it up and people were saying that if you liked When Harry Met Sally and The Bear, you would like this. And I didn't know that, so that's pretty fun. I also like how it doesn't just like start off immediately. There's like a couple run-ins over a couple years. So right now still nothing has really happened between them. They've just run into each other a few times. It's very easy to read. I feel like I've been reading it really fast, even though I've been reading for like maybe 2 hours and I'm not even 100 pages in, but don't let that tell you anything because I'm just a slow reader. But I usually don't sit down and binge that much and feel like I can keep going, but with this I definitely feel like I haven't even read that much and I've almost read 100 pages. So I am really liking the main male character. The main girl character is kind of insufferable to me, but I hope she gets better. I feel like she's just kind of figuring her life out and that's totally fair. So I also grabbed an allergy pill because I've been dying and I just haven't been wanting to get up and get one, but I figured since I had to do a small update anyway, I would just grab one. So gonna take an allergy pill and keep reading, but that's my update so far, and I'll check back in with you guys once more has happened. Okay, so small update. Let's see where I am on time. I am at 18:03 on my time. I just got done eating dinner with my partner, and we watched an episode of The Rookie because we're rewatching it before the new season comes out, and I am not doing well. My whole face hurts. Like, it's so sore from having so much tension in my sinuses from just having allergies all day long. Like, literally from when I woke up this morning and started reading, like a little bit before 11, up until like maybe an hour ago, I have been so miserable. And I'll have like little moments where I feel better, but then it's just like constant feeling like I need to sneeze. So my whole face is like so sore from my allergies. So I kind of have like a sinus headache, I guess. So I'm going to take some ibuprofen and I'm going to continue reading. I ended up on page like 123 in You Again, and then I switched over to Crooked Plow on my Kindle, and that one's going really well. I'm really enjoying the story. It reminds me of something, but I can't remember what the book is that it reminds me of. I want to say maybe like Bless Me Ultima or something like that, but I don't know. It reminds me of something I read a long time ago, I feel like, though, so it could be that. I don't know. But like I said at the beginning of the day, I thought it was a short story collection, but it's actually just a book split into 3 parts. So the first section was from the oldest sister's perspective, and now this section is from the younger sister's perspective. I'm interested to see if it's going to go back to the older sister, or if it's going to be a whole new perspective on the third part. I really don't know, but I would be interested to see if someone else who isn't like a main character per se becomes the narrator, or if it's like someone we haven't met yet. I have no idea, but that would be really cool. But other than that, I don't have too many updates. I've just been reading. We're still in the double digits, which I knew we would be because I'm only doing 12-hour stints, but I doubt we'll get a whole 12 hours today because I'm just not feeling well. And I can imagine that in an hour maybe I'll give up and start watching Will and Grace. So that's my confession. Good morning. So the last time we chatted, I was telling you guys about how, oh my god, the lighting's so bad. I can't help it. Sorry. Yesterday, I was telling you guys about how I had a very bad sinus/tension headache, and, put 2 and 2 together, I didn't end up reading anymore last night. I just watched Will and Grace because I couldn't deal. I was just so tired and sore. My whole face was sore. So that kind of put a damper on our plans because I know I was supposed to read as much as I could last night, and that did not happen. So currently we are still sitting at the same time. We are sitting at 18 hours, which is so sad because I literally read for so long yesterday and it just didn't seem to amount to anything. But we're gonna just try our best today and just knock out some reading. I might go to the bookstore today because I ordered a book for my book club that came in, so I might go get it there. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, read as much as I can here, maybe go there after lunch, and then get my book and read in the cafe a little bit. I feel like it'll be good to get like a change of scenery, and it's a cute little spot. About this time, I started to get hungry, so I went to go make some lunch. I just decided to do ramen because it's what we had and it was super easy. I didn't have to put like any thought into it. I could just whip it up on the stove, you know, real chef style. So I just decided to make ramen, and I had to have a little dance break, of course. You know how it is. Gotta have a little dance break to have the motivation to cook. This is hardly cooking, but you get it, you understand. So I always have to like season up the broth a little bit, because like I really enjoy ramen just by itself. I know it's like, oh, that's a struggle meal, but like I just really like ramen. But I do have to make the broth taste just a little bit zestier, if you will. So that's what I was doing here. And then literally my animals were being so freaking cute. I had to show you guys. They were being so cute and it looked so cozy. Ugh, I love them. And then this next part, I really don't know what I said, but I looked really cute in this little clip, so I just kept it, even though I don't know what I said. So let's just pretend I said, bon appetit, yummy, delicious, mwah, so good. I took a short break after eating lunch because I was just so tired of reading for nonstop hours. But now I'm going to the bookstore, like I mentioned, and I'm gonna pick up my book, and me and my partner, come say hello. I don't know if I'm in front. You might not be, but it's okay. Me and my partner are gonna go to like the little cafe upstairs and get some coffees and just work there for a little bit. Well, she's gonna work, I'm gonna read. But we'll probably stay there for like an hour. We don't typically stay too long, but yeah, that's just my little update. I haven't read anything since I talked to you guys last because I just needed a tiny break. But let's go to the bookstore. Hello. So the last time we talked, I was heading to the bookstore and I got a little bit of footage of me reading there. And I made it to chapter 13 in You Again. So I'm a little under 50%. I actually think I'm like right at 40%, which is crazy. Yeah, I'm right at 40%, which is insane because it feels like I'm a lot more through this book, but also nothing has happened. So it does kind of make sense, but that is the update on You Again. I'm still really liking it, but again, not much has happened. Like I said, made it to part 3 in Crooked Plow, and I haven't read any more of that yet. But I did pick up my copy of Monstrilio for my book club. So this is the same book club that I was reading Our Share of Night in. This is our next pick, and it's actually my pick, so I'm very excited to get to this one. I was like really in between this and another one that I had picked out, which I can't even remember the name of it, so I guess I didn't want to read it that bad. But I am glad that we picked this one because I have wanted to pick this one up for a while, and I feel like this will be a really good like October read, and I feel like that'll be kind of around when we're wrapping up this, I would say, like quarter. We don't read a book a month. We just like pick a book and then determine a time that everyone can meet up to talk about it, which happens to be like a couple months after. That is my update. I'm gonna keep reading until we go line dancing tonight, so I have maybe 3 hours to read before I have to start getting ready for that. So I'm just gonna read for the next 3 hours, and hopefully maybe I'll try to finish up Crooked Plow because I feel like I could read it in that amount of time. But I do want to keep reading You Again. I think the smart decision is to read Crooked Plow because I have to work tomorrow and the next day, and then the following day is a book club meeting, which I did request off, so if I do get that day off, then I could potentially finish it on Sunday, but just in case, I feel like I should just finish it up today. So I think that's the plan. I think I'm going to finish Crooked Plow and then hopefully I'll have some actual update to give you guys, because I feel like every time I talk, I'm just like, I read some more, but hopefully I'll finish this and I can let you guys know my thoughts on the book. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how we got here. No, I'm just kidding. But I did have this whole clip filmed, and then when I put it into my editing software, it looked like actual doo-doo caca, so I could not use that footage. Like, I even tried to color correct it. It looked just so bad. There was no way. But I was just explaining at the end of the day that I did finish Crooked Plow. I got all the way through, and we made it to 13 and a half hours. So I've completed a total of 10 and a half hours, finished Crooked Plow, and I'm still at the 40% mark for You Again. So sorry that footage did not end up looking good. I could not use it. It was so bad. Hello, it has been a few days. So there was a hurricane, and that got in the way of my reading just a little bit. I definitely could have read for a lot longer, like the actual date that the hurricane came through, and luckily it like went by us and didn't hit us that hard, so that was amazing. But I was just like doom scrolling the entire day because I was so anxious that I only read for like maybe 3 hours. But I think the last time we chatted, I was at like 13 and a half hours. So I read the day of the hurricane a little bit, got down to 10 hours, and then I finished this book a couple days ago. It was great. I really liked it. I wasn't expecting to like it that much, but it was pretty cute. I like the way that she did the dual POV, because I'm not a big fan of dual POV, and I think the way that she did it was really interesting, and I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it like I usually do, and I liked both the characters a lot. I liked the setup of like meeting over and over again until the timing was right and stuff like that. I thought it was pretty cute. I gave it 4 stars, and after I finished that, I was able to get the time down to 8 hours. So we have 8 hours left on the clock. However, I am now going to Denver tomorrow. I'm leaving to go to Denver for a wedding. We're gonna be there for like 5 days, so I'm probably not gonna read anything that's on my actual TBR while we're there, or at least like the ones I showed you in the last video. But yes, I did finish You Again. We got the timer down to 8 hours. I don't know what I'm gonna pick up next from the stack, but I do have some other things I need to focus on right now. I need to read Build You Up, which is the arc that I got from Sunny Babe PR. I'm liking it so far. It feels like something. The other day I felt like it reminded me of something, but I can't remember what it is now. But it's very cozy. It's giving like Stars Hollow vibes, so it's very cute. It does feel a little forced to be kind of quirky and funny and stuff. That's like my only issue right now. But other than that, I'm enjoying the storyline. It's pretty cute. That is my little update. I think I covered everything. I will see you guys in the next time that I pick up the camera, because like I said, I'm going to Denver, so I probably won't read at all for this 24-hour readathon, which I know is kind of silly because I'm stretching this out over like a couple weeks, but hey, that's life. When you got, I was gonna say full-time job, I don't have a full-time job, but when you have a job and a relationship and life, you know, sometimes you just don't get to do what you want to do. So I think that's all for the update. I will see you guys the next time we read for this challenge. divas, we're back. We are so back. It's been 3 weeks since I started this vlog, and that's just like a continuing theme for me. I start a vlog and then I lose all motivation, or just so many things happen I can't do it. As we spoke a little bit last time, Hurricane Helene came in literally the week after I started this vlog when I was planning to finish it. So got no reading done then because I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. We were directly in the cone, and it ended up turning at the last second. So we got very, very lucky. But following Helene, we went to Denver. We just got back a couple days ago. It was such a good trip. We did so many good things. We were there for a wedding, but we ended up getting like a couple good things in at the same time with a bunch of my partner's college friends. So I got to meet them. That was really cool. We went to the wedding, which was wonderful. It was so fun. We all cried. Even I cried, and I hadn't even met these people yet. Like, they're my partner's friends from college, and I had met everyone else prior to the wedding, but almost everyone prior to the wedding, but I had not met the actual couple getting married. And so, like, the parents are doing speeches and stuff. They're doing their dances. I'm crying. I'm like, why am I crying? I don't know these people, but stuff like that just makes me cry. So, after that, we all danced the night away. It was wonderful. Then the next day we were supposed to go to Meow Wolf, but we were all violently hungover, so we did not go there. And we watched Agatha After All instead. And I love that show now. I cannot wait to keep watching it. I don't even know what days that the show comes out, like every week, but I need to find out because I am loving it. But yeah, we flew back on Monday and I worked Tuesday and Wednesday. It's now Thursday, which means Hurricane Milton just came through Florida yesterday, or last night rather. Luckily, we were not in the path to get hit at all, and it ended up landing as a Cat 3 when it was predicted to be a Cat 5, so that's really a lot better than it could have been, but definitely people are still displaced and without power and all that. It's rough for Florida, and obviously the East Coast that did get impacted by Helene as well. With that, let's get into our reading update. I haven't really read any for the 24 hours just because I was traveling. I did not want to have to deal with that and most likely forget that I was timing and forget to stop the timer, so I just didn't do that. But I did read a little bit of one of the books that I'm reading for this, that I'm going to be focused on reading today because the review is due tomorrow for the PR company that I'm a part of. So I have to finish that by at least tomorrow, and I work 1 to 7:30 tomorrow, so basically I need to finish it today. I'm still just kind of getting into the story of the Build You Up arc, so it hasn't really like hooked my attention 100%. I am enjoying the story. It is feeling very autumnal, very cozy, very much the vibe that we're going for, and I might throw in another book from the physical TBR to just kind of mix it up a little bit, because I literally need to read for like, what time is it now? Oh, I have 2 minutes before I need to start. I have to read for like literally 8 hours straight today if I want to finish this by dinner time, because I need to cook dinner tonight, and then it's Thursday, so we're line dancing tonight. So I literally have to read all the way until 6 o'clock, like straight, if I want to finish this, which is not going to happen, but hopefully I'll be able to read a little bit in between dinner and line dancing, or after line dancing or something. I'm just doing a quick little update on my phone in bed. I have gotten, I don't even know if I can hold this up without dropping it. I've gotten to 49% on this book. I don't know if you can see that, but we are at 49% in Build You Up, and we have 6 hours and 15 minutes on the clock left. So we are making a little bit of progress. I've been reading for almost 2 hours, and it is currently 12:38 p.m. So I have like 5.5 hours left of the day. So I'm definitely not going to be able to hit the 6 hours, which is unfortunate. I am getting just a teensy bit tired of this book. Not because it's not good, like it is good and it's very cute. It's just not like super intriguing to me because it's a romance. Like, I just don't really sit down and read romances unless they're like more on the literary fiction side, and this isn't. It's just a true romance. I do feel like I do want to add another book just to mix it up, but at the same time I really need to finish this one, so I really don't know what to do. But like, if I'm gonna read for 6 more hours straight, I need to switch it up a little bit. So I might go get another book from my physical TBR. I'll let y'all know what I choose next. Hello, we just got back from the coffee shop. I almost said bookstore. That'd not be a good thing for me. We just got back from the coffee shop. We had to get out of the house a little bit, and we were both feeling very sleepy, so we had to go get coffee. And I read a bit more on Autumn. I'm now to page 59. It's very chronically readable. The text is very big, so I am blowing through it, but I do need to get back to Build You Up because that is due tomorrow. So I am going to run upstairs, get my iPad, come back down, and get some reading done on Build You Up. I'm at the 49% mark, so just about halfway through with that. I am excited to see where this little mystery element is going. I know that the relationship that is building is not going to be as easy as it seems, so we will see what happens in our third act, and I will update you guys when there is some more story evolving in Build You Up.
Psych!
Hello everybody, welcome to the end of the 24-hour readathon. Thank God. Basically, this has been going on for a month. I started this when I had to read the last book for my friend's book club, and now the second book the meeting is on Sunday, and it's, I don't know what day it is. Wednesday, I think? Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday? Wednesday? I don't know. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So, yeah, it's been like a whole month. And here we are, still filming this video. But we are finished. I did finish the 24 hours reading Build You Up, and I didn't film any of it because I was just like reading it at night in the dark while my partner was sleeping. It's just been a crazy month, okay? We had 2 hurricanes, we went to Denver, we've just been getting ready to move, getting ready to show our house that we live in currently so that someone will rent it so we can leave. It's just been a lot going on, and so I've been kind of reading here and there as I can, and that's typically at night. All that to say, we did finish the challenge, even though it took us a month. We did read for 24 hours. God, that sounds so stupid. Let's review the books that we read, shall we? Okay, so in this video particularly, we read Crooked Plow, which I ended up giving a 4.75. I think I originally gave it a 4.5, but then after I went to book club and talked it over with everybody, it just like made it even better for me. We talked about some things that I didn't quite see in my read, and it just made me really enjoy the story even more when we discussed things that I kind of missed or just didn't understand. So I bumped it up to a 4.75. I think it could be a 5 stars upon rereading. But there were just a few things I didn't quite like. The very last section was narrated by like a spirit, and I was kind of confused the whole last section. I think I was also kind of rushing, so that's why it's not quite a 5-star for me, is that last little section just didn't do it for me the way that the first 2 did. So I would definitely need to reread to like kind of understand and enjoy the story more. So while I was reading that, I was kind of reading You Again in between, just kind of break it up a little bit. And I did finish that book, God, ages ago now, both of these. I gave it a 4-star. I really did enjoy it, but it's just kind of a rom-com sort of read. There were a little bit deeper topics, but not too many. And a romance has to be quite on the literary fiction side for me to really enjoy it. And not to say I didn't enjoy You Again. I gave it 4 stars. I did enjoy it. I thought it was such a cute little read. I enjoyed both of the characters and the side characters and the storyline and how it was set up, how it was written. I enjoyed all that. But it's very rare that a just romance is going to be a 5 stars for me. So, and then finally I read Build You Up by Claudia Ambrose, which was the e-arc that I received from Sunny Babe PR, which is the PR company that I'm a part of over on Instagram. And I did really enjoy this read. It was so vibey. It felt more like autumn than You Again did, which was wonderful in my opinion. It was very like Gilmore Girls-esque with the setting, the small town, the characters, the banter. It was very cute. It felt like Stars Hollow. The town is called Falling Leaves. That's so adorable. I will say that some of the like names for the shops in town got a little kitschy to me. Like it was like every shop had to be like a pun. And for me, I was like, okay, I get it. We're in a cute little town. It's fall, it's autumn themed. I get it. And then some of the writing was more telling and less showing, which I didn't love. So for that, I gave it 4 stars. I will say that maybe You Again could have like 4.25. It's a little bit above Build You Up, but I did love both of them and I thought they were very cute autumn romances. So if you're looking for that, definitely pick up Build You Up by Claudia Ambrose. So those are all the books that I read in 24 hours. I mean, 3 books in 24 hours is pretty good for me because as we all know, say it with me, I'm a very slow reader. But I think I did pretty good reading 3 books within 24 hours. Hopefully next time when we do this challenge, it will be a little bit better. I will succeed better than I did today. But yeah, if you want to see more 24-hour readathons, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, please subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!